the screen. She's a straight shooter, if you know what I mean. Dishing out the truth about the royal scene with a fist of fire and a voice so keen. Hitting hard with those altar bridge vibes. No sugarcoating, no false alibis. Tearing down the lies she despises. Yorkshire lass with fire in her eyes. Stef don't play, she holds the line. Shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign. Fearless and bold with a soul that shines. In a sea of fake, she's a beacon bright, unraveling the drama without a fright. Armored with honesty, ready to fight. Injustice quivers at her sight. Unbreakable will won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Stef's world, truth is intertwined. Stef don't play, she holds the line. Shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign. Fearless and bold with a soul that shines. Won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Stef's world, truth is intertwined. Stef don't play, she holds the line. Shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign. Fearless and bold with a soul that shines.
Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative. Yes, I'm just making sure that my sound levels are working. Hey up everyone, yes, it's been about a week and a half, but I am back from visiting my family in Italy. Thank you so much to everyone that's, you know, sent me messages in the meantime of support and care and compassion. You guys are freaking amazing. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, I am back. Hi guys. And oh my goodness, do I have a fun-packed show for you guys today. First and foremost, oh my goodness, yes, we're going to get into this. Has Prince Hazard just been forced to quit the Invictus games due to him being too toxic for the charity? There is a bombshell report that has just been released, so we're going to jump into that. Then we're going to dive into the second story for today's live stream. Prince William taking the ultimate action against Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, not only exiling them, but yes, plans to take away their titles, but not only just their titles. Oh, no. Looks like, according to the reports, Prince William is also going to target Archie and Lily's titles as well. So we're going to get into that for the second story for today's live stream. Then we're going to get into the third one. Oh my goodness. This whole thing of will they, won't they? As far as I'm concerned, this meeting's not taking place. Now, allegedly, when Hazard comes to the UK this month, he allegedly is going to meet up with King Charles for peace talks or whatever, right? I really don't think that's going to happen. But they're the rumours on the grapevine, right? However, reports are coming through. Is Meghan Markle trying to use Archie and Lily to extort more money from a very ill King Charles? She said something last week in an interview that she did that pricked up my ears, and I was like, Oh, cow bag. I'm not taking that lying down. So we're going to get into that in the third topic for today's live stream. And then the fourth one, well, guys, it is up to you. The bonus story, the Hazza and Megzy bonus story. How do you guys unlock it? Well, guys, in the next hour, if we get 10 super chats, you guys will have unlocked the bonus Hazza and Megzy story for today's live stream. And just to give you a little bit of a taste, a bit of a hint as to what this bonus story is all about, it's about Megzy, and it's somehow to do with Prince Andrew. Oh, yeah. Want to know more? Well, only if you can do contribute to today's super chat goal. My goodness, you guys have already started. Flapper27, hearts in the chat for Flapper27. He always comes through. They always come through with this generosity. I'm absolutely blown away, mate. Thank you so much. They're very generous $50 sugar bucks saying, hope you're doing well, Steph. I'm doing as well as can be. It was a shock going to Italy and seeing what I saw. But hey, that's life at the end of the day, right, guys? Mic drop Lisa, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks saying, let's get this started. Indeed. Lisa Boo, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks saying, much love, Steph, and everyone spank that like. You guys know what to do. You guys know what to do. Also, as well, my goodness, Angela Jacoby, thank you so much for that very generous $5 sugar bucks saying, woo, haven't made a chat in a while. Well, welcome back indeed. And just to give you guys a little bit of an update on the investment into my channels. So I'm still going to get that Elgato webcam situation that I've still got my eye on. However, next weekend, sorry to do this, guys, but there are not going to be any live streams again. I'm going to be in London because there's a Unite the Kingdom free speech rally that's going ahead. And so for my second channel, Political Nerds, I'm going to be going live and reporting live from that rally. So what I've done instead in the meantime is I've invested in the Rode Wireless Micro compact wireless microphone, 2 mics with charge case for smartphone content creation, USB-C in black. And I also got, like, you know the mics that you see the newscasters use when they're out and about? I got one of those as well to make me look really profesh, right, guys? So I've invested in that equipment for next week's live stream over on Political Nerds. The webcam for this channel is still going to be bought, is still going ahead. So please bear in mind that your super chats at the moment will be going towards that particular equipment for this channel. So as ever, like I always like to be transparent with you guys and let you know where your money's going to. So there you go. And anyone that's watching on the replay, guys, fast forward like 5-10 minutes and I will have started the first topic for today's live stream. Before we get into it, though, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't take a moment to discuss the late Her Royal Highness Catherine, the Duchess of Kent. She passed away today. Now, if you didn't know, she was a Yorkshire lass. She was born in Hovingham Hall near York, which is in North Yorkshire. Now, she met her husband, Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, all the way back in the 1950s. And then in March 1961, they announced their engagement and they got married a month later. Now, you'd think, hang on a minute, at the time, Prince Edward was 6th in line to the throne. So you'd think they'd get married at Westminster Abbey, right? No. Instead, they got married in Yorkshire, in York Minster. Like, when I read that, when I was reading through a little bit of her life, I was like, oh my goodness, snaps and claps for Yorkshire. She really repped Yorkshire well. And this is the thing, right? Her kind of links to Yorkshire don't stop there. While she was part of the royal family, yeah, she withdraws from public royal life. She became a music teacher at a primary school in Kingston upon Hull, and that's all the way in East Yorkshire. Now, at the time, she was known as simply Kath to her colleagues and Mrs. Kent to the children. She dropped the royal pretense, she dropped the royal title. She was like, I just want to be treated like an ordinary Yorkshire lass. And she was. Megsy could learn a thing or two from this extraordinary woman. And this is the thing. Reading through her life, wow, did she lead an extraordinary life. But she never, ever, ever, ever forgot her Yorkshire roots. And as such, personally, she's an inspiration to this fellow Yorkshire lass, I'll tell you that right now. Her life for me exemplified the notion that to be Yorkshire is a privilege and a strength. And something to be exalted, to be lifted up, to be shown off. Do you know what I mean? Rather than to be hidden. So, yeah, sad news today that Her Royal Highness Catherine, the Duchess of Kent, has passed away. But, yeah, Megsy could learn a thing or two from the Duchess of Kent. That is for damn sure. So, like I said, I'd be remiss if I didn't, mention this on today's stream, as the news had only been released only like a few hours ago. So there we go. Rest in peace, Her Royal Highness the late Catherine, the Duchess of Kent. With that being said, a couple of other housekeeping bits before we jump into the first topic for today's live stream. The leader-only stream for August will be this Sunday before the Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition. So all you leaders, I hope to see you then, and we can discuss the misadventures of the gruesome twosome over the last month. I know you guys will have a lot to say about what's happened over the last month, so we're going to dive into that in the leader-only stream this Sunday. So that'll be around about 9 o'clock UK time, okay, which is about 4 o'clock Eastern. And for those that are watching live on YouTube right now, if you haven't done so already, do make sure you are subscribed to my second channel, Political Nerd, so you don't miss out on the epic live stream that's going to happen next week when I'm in London for that free speech rally. But also as well, wait right till the end, because you guys will be redirected to this premiere video. Seriously, the UK is in the shiz at the moment, right? And there has been a lot of movement today in government. But let's put it this way. When you're simply moving shit around, what are you still left with? Shit. Let me put it that way, okay, guys? What's happened today is absolutely freaking insane. And I'm going to break it all down for you. Is Yvette Cooper next to be sacked? We are on resignation watch for this freaking cowbag. So, guys, stay tuned, because the after party over on Political Nerds will be going ahead right after this live stream. Sean Roche, my goodness, coming in there, gifting 5 leaderships to some of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey, up to our newest leaders, courtesy of Sean, who is going to respond and kick off today's gifting wars. Guys, we may soon find out. Also, as well, my goodness, Jeffrey Crownwell, thank you so much for that very, very kind $5 sugar bucks. Appreciate your face. Thank you so much. And Kizzy Arseneau, sympathy to the family. Oh, well, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks. But yeah, definitely sympathy to the royal family at the moment. Definitely. But yeah, with that being said, guys, shall we jump into the first main topic for today's live stream? In the meantime, if anyone sends any sugar bucks, super chat stickers, leader only chats, I'll get to you guys as and when I can whilst I go through the stories for today's live stream. And let's kick off with the biggie. Has Prince Harry been forced to quit the Invictus Games due to being too toxic for the charity now? Are the Invictus Games finally getting rid of Harry? Well, that is the rumours on the street. That's what's coming through the grapevine right now. So, this is a Daily Mail exclusive. How Harry could be forced to quit Invictus. The divisive issue, rumblings of discontent, and what sources tell me is the biggest problem of all. And so, here, The journalist is saying, I hear increasing rumblings of discontent about Prince Harry's role as patron of the Invictus Games, the international sports event he founded with his brother and sister-in-law, the Prince and Princess of Wales, to help wounded, injured and sick military personnel. We also know that it was also co-founded by our government, the Ministry of Defence. No matter how hard Team Sussex try and say that Prince Harry created it on his own, yeah, no, you don't get to rewrite history like that. Anywho, the article then goes on to say that a source close to the Invictus Games Foundation is telling this reporter that there's concern that Harry is no longer the help to the charity that he once was, that they've finally woken the F up. The source saying, quote, the Duke has become an increasingly divisive figure, particularly in the armed forces, and that is not good for the Invictus. We're all about bringing people together and inspiring those who have suffered hardship. Now, Invictus is firmly established. It might be better if the Duke took a step back. Now, this issue is particularly of a prickly kind because the next Invictus Games is due to be held in the UK in a couple of years' time in Birmingham. But I don't think that's actually going to happen. I don't think that's actually going to take place. Why am I saying that? Stay tuned. I'm going to get onto that literally in a couple of seconds. Now, the article goes on to say that it's doubtful that any members of the royal family will want to actually attend the next Invictus Games in Birmingham in 2027. Stories have already appeared suggesting that Invictus will invite the royals to attend the 2027 Games, putting them in an awkward position, and this has led to further unease. The source saying it's worrying that such a worthy event seems to be used for PR purposes. Normally, senior members of the royal family would want to attend. It goes without saying that they support the forces to the hilt, so it would be unfortunate if they felt unable to because of Harry's presence. A royal source also telling the journalist, quote, if Harry were to resign as patron of Invictus, I'm sure they would have no trouble finding a royal patron, a new one. And we already know that only recently, one of Hazard's closest and most prominent supporters, J.J. Chalmers, a war hero, has recently stood down as a trustee of the Invictus Games. Why? Is there trouble in paradise? This is the first report that I'm seeing right here that is saying that the Invictus Games now wants to sack Hazard. Want him out, want him done, want to force him to quit the Invictus Game because they're finally waking up to the reality that having Hazard linked to the Invictus Games is not the benefit it once was, right? Any link to Hazard whatsoever always has a negative impact on who's being linked to Hazard in the first place. Does that make sense? Same thing with Megsy, right? Now, Hazard may also be pushed out of the Invictus Games because, guys, he didn't actually get the funding that he wanted from our government when it comes to his much prized security. And this also then leads me to believe even more that the Invictus Games is just not going to go ahead in Birmingham 2027. That thing is going to get cancelled. Why? Well, this is adding to my belief on this. Angela Levin saying, quote, on X, what a breathtaking cheek, Harry, to expect to be given £21 million. He should know better now that he is a non-working royal living abroad. So she says Prince Harry's $21 million security loan request has been rejected by the UK government. He's reportedly been denied a $21 million loan from the British security costs for the upcoming Invictus Games in the UK, the Birmingham 2027 Games. The request was figured in the Home Office and Treasury, who called it inappropriate and excess debt. Sources say Harry requested the funds privately and hoped to bypass Parliament's high-risk concerns around the event. However, officials criticised the proposal and demand, especially from a non-working royal living abroad with multi-millions in the bank. The denial comes amid reports that Harry sought a public reunion with King Charles and Prince William at the Games, an offer insiders described as transactional, and William was reportedly furious, viewing the attempt as a PR stunt to rehabilitation at the monarchy's expense. With no government support, the growing public backlash, and cooling palace relations, the Invictus Games now face logistical and reputational uncertainty. In other words, guys, without the government support, without Hazard getting his beloved worth £21 million security, right, for the games, with the growing public backlash, with the cooling of the palace relations, and now reports coming through that the Invictus Games want to fire Prince Hazard, that they're trying to force him to quit because he's too toxic for the charity now. You think that the Invictus Games in Birmingham 2027 is actually going to go ahead? For me, it'd be an absolute freaking miracle if it goes ahead. Not only when you take all that into account, but when you take into account the political quagmire that we're in at the moment anyway. This country is on freaking fire. It really, really is. A British revolution has started. Make no mistake on that. The country is in no freaking mood to be paying for and hosting the Invictus Games. I'm telling you that right now. If you want to know a little bit more about the state of the UK politically, then do make sure you subscribe to my second channel, Political Nerds. In the meantime, let's go a little bit further onto this, because it makes sense at the end of the day that the Invictus Games are now trying to force Harry to quit. Because they must hate it that the spotlight is on him and Megxie rather than the veterans, as you can see right here, reported by the Scottish Daily Express. Prince Harry is ruining the Invictus Games because the spotlight is on him and not the athletes, claims a royal expert. The royal expert in question is Angela Levin, and she's saying the following: now Harry's turned it into making him more important than he is now. People in Canada, so she said this before the winter Whistler, Vancouver, Canadian games happened, right, previously. She says, people in Canada have contacted me to say they're trying to stop the 2025 one because they don't want it anymore with them. They've got to leave. They don't want it because he's ruined it. Because they're taking all the spotlight away from them. I mean, they need that help. They need the spotlight. There's the most extraordinary things that they've managed to do from being very, very badly wounded. And even the veterans have spoken out against Hazard, saying that he's not on their wavelength anymore. Again, you've got Angela Levin saying here on GB News that the Invictus Games has become much too royal. Meghan makes her speeches. She actually led a march where some of the ex-military people were either physically, emotionally or psychologically damaged, or all of it during the fighting. And reports are coming through that, you know, the veterans are turning around and saying, why the hell was she marching there in the first place? Like, what the hell? She had no business doing that at all. She really, really didn't. She couldn't even march in step. What an absolute narcissistic cowbag from freaking hell, right, guys? Then Angela Levin says they were very upset about this because she knows nothing about how to march. And I think they do not want that. And so you've got essentially veterans speaking out saying that Hazard's not on their wavelength anymore. The issue of, well, Hazard and Megxie take the spotlight away from the veterans, which is a problem in the first place, right? Hazard not getting, allegedly, the funding that he wanted from our government when it comes to his much-prized security for the next Invictus Games in Birmingham, which, again, I don't think is going to happen. He asked for £21 million. They've said no. Think that's still going to go ahead? You have those outrageous demands, right? And now, finally, it looks like the Invictus Games are waking the hell up. And reports are coming through that they're trying to get Prince Harry, allegedly, to quit the Invictus Games because he's too toxic for charity. And if they can't get him to quit, I'm not going to be surprised if they end up freaking sacking him and finally getting rid of him. Because his involvement right at the beginning was positive, but now it's turned toxic for the Invictus Games. For all the reasons that I've just gone through with you guys, and so much more. And so, after he quit earlier on this year, right, from Centre Barley, now we are seeing other charities that he's linked to trying to jump ship as well. The Invictus Games now being the most recent one. And even though I believe that Hazard should quit the Invictus Games, as I don't believe he brings any value to the veterans and the charity there at this point, my eyes now are actually firmly on his other charity affiliation, African Parks. I'm not forgetting about this, are you? When is he going to quit this charity? This charity, literally, reports have come through that they're saying that human rights abuses have actually been committed by rangers representing African parks. Hasn't spoken out against it. Hasn't said one word publicly about this. When is he going to quit this charity? Because his silence is indeed deafening on this one. That is for damn certain. Now, with that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you guys are. I'm not done with you lot yet. We're going to get on to the second story in a moment. Prince William is taking the ultimate action against Prince Harry. Not only removing his and Meg's titles, but Prince William now, his target is also now firmly on the children as well, Archie and Lily. Their titles now, they're not safe either. What the deuce is going on? Well, for those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you all yet. But if you haven't done so already, for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome, make sure you are subscribed to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Stef Alter Nerd. Like, share. Comment down below if you're watching on the replay, your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do you think ultimately when it comes to the Invictus games, either Prince Hazard is going to be pushed to quit or is going to be fired by the Invictus games? I don't think he's going to quit. I think he is too egotistical for that. I think the Invictus games are going to fire him. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below if you're watching on the replay. If you're watching live, let me know in the live chat. With that being said, before we get on to the second story, let's see what you guys are saying in the YouTube live chat. Let's have a little bit of a gander. Sparky G, great music, saying he needs to move to Africa. It's safer there. Well, he says the UK is so dangerous that he needs all this security, but is more than happy to go to other more dangerous countries like Colombia and Nigeria. Like, seriously, the hypocrisy on this dude is insane. Oh, the awesome journey. Political nerds is a must. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much to everyone in the Alter Nerd community here that's made the jump over to my second channel as well. We've just recently passed 47,000 political nerds in the community there. So thank you so much to each and every one of you guys. I appreciate it. Brenda Goodwin says he should just quit. You'd think he'd quit, right? You'd think so, but I think his ego's that big that he'd think, well, the Invictus games would be nothing without me. I'm not going to quit. I think he'd take that kind of narcissistic thought process. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to quit. I think the Invictus games is going to freaking sack him. We're going to get on to the second story in a moment. Bear with me. I do like to say hi in the chat. The Big SM! Hey up, Big SM. How's it going, mate? Appreciate your face. Thank you so much for being a leader for the last 22 months. You're amazing. Say new patrons, Prince William, Princess Catherine. Dude. I'm all for that. I am all for that. That would shoot the Invictus games into mainstream media worldwide. Take back the pride and esteem to Invictus. Now, that would be a move. That would be a move I'd be behind on. Would you guys want to see Prince William and Princess Catherine as the new patrons of the Invictus games? Oh, I would. Oh, sweet kick-ass in revenge. I love it. 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 MK Small says, I don't want to see Meg's chicken legs again. Me neither. Me neither, mate. Me neither. Also, as well, the Big SM, thank you so much for that very generous £5 sugar bucks, saying, if Harry is forced out of Invictus, will he start up a new Invictus charity like his new Centre Barley Foundation? Well, it's yet to see if he'll actually set up a new Centre Barley Foundation. It might be all talk and no actual work. I mean, think about it. His Archewell Foundation, he only dedicates 1 hour a week to it. Do you think he's really going to put in the work to set up a new rival Centre Barley charity? I really don't think so. I really, really don't think so. Now, before I get to the next story, I just want to say a big massive thank you to Jessie581. Before I forget, Jessie581, you were really, really kind whilst I was away to send me a PayPal donation. And your message was really cool. So, Jessie581, I salute you, lass. Thank you so much. It was very, very kind of you. Also as well, Project L Music. I see you on the Twitters, on the X. A up, has been, should be gone. Yes, I really do think has been, should be gonzo. With that being said, let's get into the second story for today's live stream, because Prince William is now taking the ultimate action against Prince Hazard, Megxi and the children, because there's been talk that Hazard and Megxi's titles are going to be removed when Prince William ascends to the throne. But guess what? Don't look like Prince William is going to stop there, because he now has Archie and Lily firmly in his sights. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught my eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because reportedly Prince William is going to be taking the ultimate action against Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Now, there have been reports over the years that Prince William, once he ascends to the throne, Hazard's and Megxi's titles are donezo, they are gone. But it looks like Prince William is not going to stop there. Oh no, because it looks like that he has also got Archie and Lily in his sights as well. So here is the report from Radar Online. Inside Prince William's plans to phase out brother Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the monarchy when he succeeds Charles as the king. They just don't fit with the vision anymore. So the article goes round and says that Hazard is believed to have been trying to do everything in his power to get back on the royal family's good side, but his efforts may not amount to much, especially once Prince William ascends to the throne, because the royal family, including Prince William, Princess Catherine, King Charles and Queen Camilla, they're going on their annual trip to Balmoral. However, sources are claiming that talks are occurring behind the scenes that could actually have a major impact on the royal family's future. The source saying, quote, "On the surface, it looks like a normal family holiday, but in reality, there are huge decisions being made that could change the family forever. The plan was for senior royals, the King, Queen, Prince William and Princess Catherine, plus a handful of trusted advisors, to meet in private away from the wider family. Prince William feels the monarchy has to move forward with a smaller, tighter unit. He believes that means phasing out Harry and Meghan completely and stripping away their last traces of royal privilege, including, get this, their HRH titles and their children's titles." This, for me, is the first time that I've seen a report where it's saying that not only is Prince William, once he ascends to the throne, that he's going to take away Hazard and Megxi's titles, but the children, Archie and Lily, can also say bye-bye to those titles as well. And you know what? Yeah, do it. Do it. Why the hell not? They're not part of the working royal family anymore. Hazard and Megxi took them out of the royal family. They wanted to quit. Then quit. You don't just quit a job and think that you can still hang on to the benefits of said job. It don't work that way. It don't work that way for Hazard and Megxi, and don't work that way for the kids as well. It's as simple as that. And this is the thing, right? It says here, for William, the summit is about the monarchy's survival. He wants to slim down the institution, focusing on his family and the next generation. He sees a future where it's him, Princess Catherine, their kids, and a handful of working royals. Harry and Meghan just don't fit into that vision anymore. I mean, they never did really at the end of the day. And Archie and Lily, at the moment, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, is a very, very sneaky, manipulative way of Hazard and Megxi to try and get back into the royal family. No, don't let those snakes back into the royal family. Not a freaking chance. Cut them off. Cut them all off. If Prince William actually does that, snaps and claps to him. Absolutely. And this is the thing, I can actually believe this, that he will take away the titles, not only from Hazard and Megxi, but now the children as well, Archie and Lily. Why? Because I remember reporting on this article a while back. Prince William has replaced Prince Philip as family disciplinarian, calling the shots. And so here, a source told the Daily Beast that Prince William has taken on a disciplinarian role within the family, which Prince Philip used to have. The source saying, quote, Prince Philip ruled the family with a rod of iron, and you saw when he died that discipline collapsed. Now Prince William is calling the shots when it comes to family discipline. And we all know Prince Philip didn't take no BS. Prince William, I think, is in the same league as Prince Philip. He ain't going to take any BS as well. And I don't think he is going to ever put the future of the royal family in jeopardy by allowing Hazza and Megxie to still have a foothold in. And he's going to take away their whole links, including taking away the titles for the kids as well. I'm all for it. Now, does mean, as far as I'm concerned, that he's ultimately taking charge of protecting his family and the royal institution against the gruesome twosome. But there is potentially a glimmer of hope for Hazza. Thing is, though, Megxie's not going to like this one. Again, as I've reported in the past, Radar Online exclusive, Prince William wallops exiled brother Harry with horrific ultra-blunt divorce ultimatum. Divorce Meghan and I'll think about letting you back into the royal family. So the article goes that they spoke to sources and they said that Prince William would love to see Hazza's marriage fail and has no interest in a truce whilst Megxie's still in the picture. The insider saying, quote, as long as Megxie's on the scene, Prince William simply won't entertain the possibility of making peace with Hazza. It would only work if she were long gone from Harry's life. And that makes sense because reports are coming out that if, and it's a very, very big if that reunion with King Charles and Prince Hazza goes ahead, reports have already come out that Prince William wants nothing to do with it and don't want to be in the same room as Hazza when he's over here in the UK this month. And for any of those watching in the future, when I say this month, I mean September 2025. So yeah, this makes sense. And then the insider then says, quote, realistically, William doesn't expect his brother to leave Meghan, but he wouldn't be the least surprised if she gets bored of Harry at some point and spits him out. And I've said a lot of things over the years that's been very consistent, one of which is that it's going to be Megxie that hits that divorce button, not Hazza. Like, for sure. Now, the article says that that Prince William has his eye on stripping Hazza and Megxie of their royal titles as soon as he takes to the throne. And now the new report adding on to that he's not only going to strip Hazza and Megxie of the titles, but Archie and Lily as well. The insider says at this point that's a slap in the face, is a matter of when, not if. The only thing that could change things for Hazza is if he were to divorce Megxie, then William might let him back into the royal fold. But for now, Harry is banished and William is gearing up to unleash his wrath. So, yeah, going around full circle, guys, it looks like Prince William is going to be taking the ultimate action against Prince Hazza. Not only removing Hazza and Megxie's titles, but Archie and Lily can also say bye-bye to those titles as well, which Megxie definitely is not going to like. Why? Because opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, she's starting to merch those kids. We're seeing her more and more on her Instagram. Why do you think that is, guys? With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. We're going to get into the third story in a moment. Is Meghan Markle using Archie and Lily, speaking of the kids, to extort more money from an ill King Charles? The report I found is absolutely jaw-dropping. So for those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet, but for whoever's watching, whether you're live or on the replay, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Stef Alter Nerd for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Like, share, comment down below on the replay your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Do you think Prince William will not only take the titles from Hazza and Megxie, but for Archie and Lily as well? I think he's got the balls to do it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. All right, and that was the second story for today's live stream. We're going to get into the third one in a moment. Just a couple of thanks. Firstly, thank you so much, whilst I was doing that story, to Ms. Freedom 97 for gifting a whopping 5 leaderships to some of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leaders, courtesy of Ms. Freedom 97. And that only means one thing, guys. Today's gifting wars for this stream have officially begun. So thank you so much to Ms. Freedom 97 for kicking off today's gifting wars. We're already on a whopping 10 new leaders for today's stream. Who else is going to pick up that sword and shield and be like, this ain't how you do a gifting war? This is how you do a gifting war. Guys, we may soon find out. We may soon find out. Also as well, General Scott. General in the chat. Hey up, General. I salute you. Thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks and contributing to today's Super Chat goal to unlock the bonus story and doing a double. A double. Appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe today. Love it. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you so much. Also as well, Dallas, thank you so much for your $2 sugar buck saying yay for the bonus. Yay for the bonus, Hazard and Megsy's story indeed. Mic Drop Lisa in the chat. Hey up, Mic Drop Lisa. How's it going, my friend? Says, better do what? General Scott says, well, when the General says you gotta do something, you gotta do it, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff if you haven't done so already. And the big SM in the chat yet again. Hey up, mate. Thank you so much for the £5 sugar buck saying, why do Archie and Lily have Harry's traits regarding their hair, but apparently none of Meghan's? Tom Bauer reckons Harry's input with a donor and a woman. Ooh, okay. Right. Interesting. I've not heard that opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever before. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe. But oh my goodness, General Scott coming in, gifting 5 leaderships to some of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of the General himself. My goodness, that takes us to a whopping 15 new leaders for today's stream. We're just 5 more away from whopping 20 new leaders for today's stream. So who else is going to pick up that sword and shield and be like, this ain't how you do a gifting war. This is how you do a gifting war. Guys, we may soon find out. We may soon find out. In the meantime, let's crack on with the third topic for today's live stream, because is Meghan Markle using Archie and Lily to extort more money from an ill King Charles? Last week, she was doing an interview and I watched it and I read the reports on it. And there was one thing in particular that she said, and my ears pricked up, and I'm like, you alleged narcissistic nutbag from hell. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because is Meghan Markle using Archie and Lily to now try and extort more money from an ill King Charles? Now, I'm just asking for a friend here, but she did a couple of interviews last week, right? And one in particular got my ears pricked up, and I thought, you narcissistic nutbag from hell. Why am I saying that? Okay, well, let's get into it here, because here's the report from GB News. Meghan says she wants family support for Archie and Lilibet, despite her feuds with royals and her father, Thomas Markle. Now, Megxie was speaking on the Circuit podcast with host Emily Chang, and while sharing a drink outside, the host asked, "Is there anything you want for your kids that's different from what you and Harry have had, especially when it comes to family?" And she says, "Oh yeah," responding immediately, like right getting in there, right? Adding, "I want them to have the fullness of life and family support." The bit that pricked my ears up there was family support. You know, what kind of support is she talking about here? Could it be financial support? I mean, they've lost their Spotify contract, which was reportedly worth 20 million, right? Their Netflix deal has been downgraded. Rumours are that really Netflix is just trying to quietly phase them out anyway. Other rumours are that Hazza has been dropped from his reported 20 million deal with Penguin Random Publishing House, because apart from Spare, there's been no murmurings whatsoever of another book from him, other than the sequel to Spare, but nothing really has come from that. So what the douche, right? And it's all crickets with Megxie and a deal with Lemonada. She did that Confessions of a Female Flounder a couple of months ago, but there's no announcement of a second season. And when you look at their situation as a whole, there's a theory, there's a perspective that Hazza and Megxie are spending like billionaires when they're actually millionaires. So money, reportedly, is running out extremely fast. And with rumours coming abound, I don't believe it's going to happen, but there's still rumours nonetheless, that Hazza will meet with the king this month, September 2025. Could she actually be angling for Hazza to try and get more money out of the king by using his grandchildren, Archie and Lily? When she initially said in that interview that she would like more family support. Because this is the thing, right? She wanted more family support, but from the emotional, familial side, right? And not the monetary side. Then she'd have better relations with her own family, the Markle family. She'd have better relations with the royal family. But that's not the case, is it, guys? So for me, that leads me to believe only one thing. When she turns around and she says that she would want more family support for her kids, yeah, she ain't talking about the lovey-dovey, like caring for them, looking after them kind. No. As far as I'm concerned, she's talking about the moolah, the give me the money kind. You know what I mean, right? As this article from Radar Online states, Prince Harry is driven by the money. Exiled royal is motivated to make amends with King Charles to receive financial support from the monarchy after suffering many business flops with wife Meghan Markle. According to the source, there are suspicions that Hazza's main motivation to meet with King Charles this month, September 2025, is to reinstate his taxpayer-funded security. That, along with getting more money from him, to reinstate the Crown's financial support that was withdrawn in 2020 when Megxit happened. And so here, the source says, if he were back in the royal family's good graces and received financial support, that could fix everything. And namely, that would mean that Hazza would be the main breadwinner. Meghan wouldn't be so desperate to make the money, claimed the source. And by extension, Megxie would no longer feel compelled to feature Archie and Lily in her social media and try, as far as we're concerned, to merch off of them, right? The posts have become another source of safety concerns for Hazza. The source saying Harry was never keen on Meghan using the kids to promote her brands. But when Meghan shares the kids, it gets millions of views. From bots, but there we go as far as I'm concerned. He supports Meghan's business endeavours, but if it were up to him, the kids would be left out of it. And Megxie needs all the help that she can get. Well, Megxie needs all the help that she can get. And Hazza does as well, because if you're to believe the reports, they're running out of money and fast. And I definitely believe that. So this is the thing, right? With all the headlines that are heavily leaning on a financial nature surrounding this alleged upcoming meeting between King Charles and Hazza, well, when it comes to the support that Megxie says that she wants from family members towards her children, as I said earlier on, could she be talking about the emotional familial support? Or could it be more of the financial, give me the money kind? Think about it. Reports also came out that before even Hazard meets King Charles. He has 3 demands for King Charles. He wants more money and he wants royal protection and he wants the Buckingham Palace to deal with all the press and PR for Hazard and Megxie. That's all financial, that. Why can't Hazard pay for his own security? Why can't Hazard pay for his own press office and have other people handle his PR for him and Megxie? What the hell's going on? Is money really running out? Sure seems that way, doesn't it? Now, Samantha Markle has actually reacted to all of this. Now, whether you agree with Samantha or not, whether you trust her or not, whether you like her or not, right? This is what she said to this particular story on X. She says the following: in my opinion, oh, you mean she wants support from external family members who she's not trashed and ghosted when they were no longer of use? I'd love to see who lines up to play victim, LOL. And treating family members like shiz who respond and who don't suck up to you does not mean there's a feud. It means that you're an a-hole for treating people like shiz, in my opinion. And if you don't like my opinion, good for you. And then she then says, look, in my opinion, she should have just said, despite the fact that she iced our dad because he wouldn't comply with her and she couldn't keep everyone quiet to hide her own lies, she iced the royal family because she couldn't do whatever she wanted and she was horrible to the Queen. Why can't PR word this the right way? Why are they deflecting and bouncing it off to other family members? Stick to the scope, people. This isn't about basic family feuds. This is about the way she treats everyone around her as if they are disposable. And now, for me, it's as if now she's treating the kids as disposable commodities, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Using them on her Instagram to try and promote her brand and monetize the children, again, all in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. And now using the children even further in this interview by saying, well, you know what, for Archie and Lily, I'd want them to have more financial support, more family support. Well, what she's really meaning is she wants more family financial support. So ultimately, with this interview and with that little bit that she said there, I'm just asking for a friend here. What do you guys think? With her saying that, is Megxie using Archie and Lily to try and extort more money from an ill King Charles? What do you guys think? With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. We're going to get into the bonus Hazard and Megxie story in a moment, and this is a doozy. Megxie is in shock as Prince Andrew's ex has issued a damning verdict on her marriage with Hazard. What was said? What the deuce is going on? Well, we're going to jump into that in a moment. So for those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But if you haven't done so already, do make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Stef Alter Nerd for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Like, share, comment down below if you're watching on the replay, your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do you think Megxie is now trying to use Archie and Lily to try and get more money from the royal family, essentially? What do you guys think? If you're watching on the replay, let me know in the comments down below. And if you're watching live, let me know in the live chat. With that being said, again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. For those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. All right, and that was the third story for today's live stream. We're going to get into the bonus Hazard and Megxie story in a moment. Big, massive thank you to everyone that was able to contribute to today's super chat goal. I appreciate all your faces. Thank you so much. Also, as well, big, massive thank you to everyone that's taken part in today's gifting wars. My goodness, we're already on a whopping 15 new leaders for today's stream. We're just 5 more away from 20 new leaders. So who else is going to pick up that sword and shield and help us get to that goal? Guys, we may soon find out. We may soon find out. In the meantime, let's see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Let's have a gander here. Cara Anderson says, the cheek of the Markles to ask for more money. Alms for the poor. Give me a break. I know, right? Let's see. Sean Roach says, he's her meal ticket might drop Lisa. So yeah, she won't meet anyone richer and more of a fool than Hazard. You know what? You'd be freaking surprised. I won't be surprised if somehow she lands herself a dumb ass billionaire. I wouldn't be surprised. I really, really wouldn't. Julie Garrett has got a really good point here. This isolation is her choice. She can reap what poisoned crop she sowed. I like the way you worded that. I really, really do. Absolutely. Grandma says, I just saw that the Harkles got $45 million from US aid. Terrible if it's true. This whole link between Megxie Hazard and US aid is definitely unsettling. You want the full story, the proper details on that, you need to go to TRG, The Royal Grift. The Royal Grift has done excellent reporting and work on the links between Hazard, Megxie and US aid. It's unparalleled at the end of the day. Go to TRG. She knows the score when it comes to this situation. That is for damn certain. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Lisa Boo says she wants to rebuild the bridge she burned without the work. Wouldn't you know, right, guys? Of course she does. Of course she does. She ain't known as a grifter for nothing, guys. Lisa Boo, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks. And my favourite, the Ginger Doggy Fighting Dance moment. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. And for those that don't know, this is my favourite Super Chat sticker. Why? Because this is a ginger doggy and the heart's coming from the tail. And when you lift the tail from a doggy, what's directly underneath? The butthole. Therefore, this is a Ginger Doggy Fighting Arts moment. You'll never be able to ever unsee it ever again. You're welcome. It gives me so much joy and just a big, massive grin on my face. This thing is amazing. So, Lisa Boo, thank you so much for that. TX Kit Kat says, and maybe it's their downfall, the US aid situation. Perhaps. But, and I am still monitoring the situation because I've been reporting on this from right at the beginning. Hazard's visa situation, that nightmare has not gone away. It's not gone away. Best believe it's not gone away. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. With that being said, let's jump into the final story for today's live stream, the bonus Hazard and Megxie story, because, yeah, Megxie, I can imagine she's going to be in shock right now because Prince Andrew's ex-girlfriend has issued a damning verdict on Megxie and Hazard's marriage. What was said, what the deuce is going on? Well, let's jump into it right now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because Megxie must be in shock right now, because Prince Andrew's ex-girlfriend has issued a damning verdict on her marriage. Now, this is being reported by The Express. Prince Andrew's ex issues stinging verdict of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's marriage. The socialite ex-girlfriend of Prince Andrew is amazed at the longevity of Prince Harry's marriage, when I can get my teeth back in. And so here the article is saying the following. Prince Andrew's ex-girlfriend recently admitted that she is amazed at the longevity of Prince Harry's marriage to Meghan Markle. And so, known for being controversial anyway, Lady Victoria Hervey has told Closer magazine that Hazard and Megxie's relationship seems to have been quite rocky lately. And so the socialite who reportedly dated Prince Andrew briefly in 1999 told Closer magazine, quote, "I'm amazed their marriage has lasted as long as this." We all are. I'm sure it's only because of the kids, because it seems to have been quite rocky for a while. She got him to move his whole life, and now she's back where she grew up. Now, her comments have come months after Megxie declared on the Jamie Kern Lima's podcast that she and Az are going to be together forever, and that they're more of they're in more of a honeymoon period than ever before. Yeah, you really believe that BS? I know I don't. I know I don't. Where there's smoke, there generally is fire, as far as I'm concerned. And we all know the rumours over the years, right? That not all is well in Montecito Royale between Azza and Megxie. That whole professional separation that they did last year, yeah, that did nothing to dampen those divorce rumours. That is for damn certain. And this is the thing, right? It actually, for me, makes sense that Megxie is screwed when it comes to her marriage with Hazza, right? Because if she continues to use Archie and Lily in her Instagram posts and try to monetize them further, it's only just going to push Hazza further away and put their marriage more on the rocks than ever before. Here's another article from the Express right here. Prince Harry is set to be annoyed at Meghan Markle for one reason, expert warns. Speaking to The Sun, royal expert and author Hugo Vickers said that he thinks Harry will not be happy about Meghan posting photographs of their children in the context of promoting her Netflix show. Saying, quote, he, Prince Harry, ought to be extremely annoyed. Obviously, I don't know what he thinks, but I think he does what he's told, probably. You know what worries me much more, to be quite honest, is what the children themselves are going to think when they get a little bit older and they realise how they've been exploited. And this is the thing, right? Yeah. You don't see Prince William and Princess Catherine exploiting their 3 children like this, do you? You don't. But Megxie is, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, right? And Azza is all about privacy when it comes to his children, right? At the very least. Yeah, I believe the reports. He's not happy with how Megxie's using them at the moment on social media. Not happy in any way, shape or form. I totally believe that. And the more that Megxie uses the children on Instagram, the more that she is putting her marriage further onto the rocks. I firmly believe that. And so with Prince Andrew's ex here turning round and saying that she's shocked that Hazza and Megxie have lasted this long, do you know what? I am too. But this is the thing, right? The writing's on the wall for these two as far as I'm concerned. And I think a lot of you guys watching agree with me as well. Once the money really runs out, once things really start getting desperate, oh, Megxie's going to turn, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. She ain't going to blame herself. Oh, no. She's going to blame Hazza. Totally, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. And she'll press that divorce button when she feels that she can make the big bucks without having to be married to Hazza in the first place. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But if you haven't done so already, do make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Stef Alter Nerd for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, if you're watching on the replay. What do you think to Prince Andrew's ex-girlfriend's damning verdict on Megxie and Hazza's marriage? Do you agree with her? Disagree with her? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're watching live, let me know in the live chat. Again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. All right, and that was the bonus Hazard and Megsy story for today's live stream. Thank you so much to everyone that was able to contribute towards today's super chat goal. I really, really appreciate your faces. Thank you so, so much. Big special thank you to Jeffrey Crownwell for my favourite super chat sticker. Yes, the Jindongi Fine Arts moment. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so, so much. Appreciate it. Let's see what else you guys are saying. For those watching live, stay exactly where you are. The after party will be happening straight after this live stream over on my second channel, Political Nerds. I've got a premiere video that'll be following this live stream, so I'll see you guys all in the live chat there, where we'll continue the after party. But yeah, thank you so much, Jeffrey, for that very, very kind super chat sticker. Julie Garrett, let's see what you are saying. So, Julie says, the relationship is toxic, but they are stuck with each other. They burn all the bridges. If one left, they would lose that poisoned, entitled aura. Yep. Totally. Karen Bronman saying, rather than leaving the royal family for Meghan, he would have been better off leaving for Chelsea Davy instead. I'd say so, definitely. Project Metal Music, hey up, head mod on X in the live chat saying Megzilla should crawl back under a rock. I agree. I think all of us would agree on that one. Splatton says, when they all see the post about Mummy Dearest, they will need psychiatric help. Possibly. Flapper27 says, I feel sorry for the Harkle children. I do feel sorry for them. I do. They're innocent in all of this, aren't they, really, at the end of the day? Carol says, I think a lot of people are shocked that the marriage has lasted this long. Damn right. 2 more minutes to go before the after party starts on my second channel, Political Nerd. So again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. You'll be automatically redirected to the after party on my second channel, and we'll be having more fun over there. This is a doozy of a video you guys are going to be watching. I'm pretty proud of it. So there we go. Carol, oh, thank you so much for the $4.99 sugar bucks, saying for your future equipment. Thank you so, so much. So just to remind everyone, at the moment, your sugar bucks are going towards equipment for me to reinvest back into the channel. I did get for next week, because next week there's not going to be any live streams on this channel. I'm going to be in London because there's going to be a protest, a rally, the Unite the Kingdom Free Speech rally. And so I'm going to be there reporting on the ground on my second channel, Political Nerds Live. So I've got some road mics that I'm going to be using for me when I'm streaming, but also to interview other people that are going to be there as well. So I'm really, really, really excited for that. So I've made some equipment investment in my second channel. Best believe, though, that Elgato webcam, oh, I'm getting that as well for this channel. Best believe. And also for another channel as well that may involve someone else. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. So there we go. Raccoon Gaming says, is there a Discord? No, I don't use Discord. Don't like Discord. The only way I'll use Discord is for, what is it now? Mid-Journey for my thumbnails. That's it. I'm just not a fan of Discord. Okay, so with that being said, the premiere, the after party on Political Nerds is about to begin shortly. So I just want to say thank you so, so much to everyone that's tuned in for today's live stream, for everyone that's liked this live stream, that's been able to be kind enough to send a few sugar bucks my way or join into today's gifting wars, for anyone that's commented in the live chat and kept me company right to the end, for anyone as well that's subscribed, whether it's here on Stef The Alter Nerd and or over on my second channel, Political Nerds. And I'll see you over there shortly in a couple of minutes. There you go. The timer has gone. So, guys, thank you so, so much for tuning in. I'll see all you leaders for the leader-only live stream on Sunday, 9 o'clock UK time, 4 o'clock Eastern. And then, yes, we'll do another Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition, 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Eastern, for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome. In the meantime, the after party is about to start on Political Nerds. I hope to see you guys all over there in a couple of seconds. And until the next time, you guys, laters. Bye.